Hello everyone, it's Palest Blue, but you can all call me Harry. Got a commentary of a gameplay on Mission today. This is Domination. Haven't played a great deal of Domination on Modern Warfare 3 so far. I've been loving Kill Confirmed, enjoying Free For All as well. But I'm playing Domination here, playing with a couple of friends, and I got a rather good game and a rather good start off to it as well, actually. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. I want to continue the discussion that I started last time about setup. I was using my friend Craig's class before, and I linked you to his video in the description. If you missed that, definitely go check it out. He has a really good gameplay there. And I was using the ACR with extended mags, scavenger, hardline, sit rep as my first perks, and then I had some other perks in the strike chain. I was using specialist. I've modified this class slightly. This is probably, if you like, the version 2 of that class. Obviously, Craig has his own preference. I think I prefer this slightly to what I had in my last video. So it might be worth going comparing what I'm doing here with what I had in my last video. Anyway, you can see straight away I've switched out the extended mags for focus. So I've got the red dot. I haven't got the dual attachments proficiency. I've got focus on it instead of the extended mags. But I'm not entirely convinced about that. I mean, focus is great, and I think it is probably my favourite proficiency for the ACR. But at the same time, if you're going to be locking down an area, you're probably not going to be too mobile, and you're probably not going to be moving over too many scavenger packs. And I've even found that using scavenger from the start, as I am, in this gameplay, you can still run out of ammo. If you're sitting in one place and you're kind of just patrolling an area, you're probably going to run out of ammo before you get to your 24 kill streak if you're going from a But even just moving towards the higher ends, the higher, say the teens. If you're moving towards the teens, you'll probably start to run out of ammo as well, even if you're using scavengers to start off with. Unless you're using extended mags, in which case you get that extra third, I believe it is, of your ammo. Or is it an extra half? I think it's an extra half, sorry. It's an extra 50%. And that really comes useful. So, I mean, I think it's still open for debate, whether you use extended mags or another proficiency. Certainly focus is so useful in head-on gunfights. Head-on gunfights, of course, I've spoken about this before, head-on gunfights are the ones that you lose. You don't lose many gunfights shooting people in the back. There are also things you can do to be more stingy with your ammo, be a bit more conservative. Making sure that if you're shooting people in the back, only shoot the number of bullets you actually need. Do a bit less spraying through walls, maybe. But you want the freedom to be able to play as you like, so at the same time, having a lot of ammo, it's just one less thing to worry about, and I can count, well, sorry, I can't count on two hands the number of times that I've died going to get a scavenger pack. I've died lots when I've been low on ammo and I've had to run out into the open and do something silly to pick up ammo. You don't want to be changing your playstyle just so that you can keep going with ammo, and that's why scavenger's so useful off the start, and that's why also extended mags becomes a very lucrative option. Anyway, there's the Moab. That's about 3 minutes-ish into the gameplay, so I think that's the fastest Moab I've got so far, and I think the first Moab in Domination, so I was happy to get this. I wanted to continue to talk about perks, though. Craig had as the first perk in his strike chain, Sleight of Hand, and in my last commentary I praised that choice in conjunction with the use of Hardline as his opening perk, because it means you get Sleight of Hand after 1 kill, which is exactly when you start to need Sleight of Hand, so it seems perfectly appropriate. With the ACR, however, you don't really need Sleight of Hand at all, because its reload is incredibly fast. I mean, as you can see here, at the moment I've got Sleight of Hand because I've got my specialist. But later on, after I've died, you'll see that I go back to having the slower reload, and that's absolutely fine. And here's the death. I get Dead Man's Hand. It's actually very weak, and the guy who's literally just died there, he comes back around the corner and I think one-shots me with his sniper. So kind of unfortunate. As you can see, I mean, so I've lost my specialist now, and I'm going to go back to reloading at normal speed. And actually, the reload time is absolutely fine. And what you'll see me do here is cancel. You see, I sprint very, very, very quickly after I finish reloading, and that actually cancels the reload because, I mean, that sounds odd. It sounds like you wouldn't want to do that. And also, nice little jump shot there. The thing is, the reload animation is actually longer than the time it takes for the bullets to get reloaded into your clip. You can see that the on the bottom right where it's showing the number of bullets you've got left over, number of bullets in your clip, you can see that updates before the full reload animation completes. In the time between that updating and the completion of your reload animation, you can skip the rest of that animation and you can go on and your gun will remain reloaded. You can essentially cut off a bit of the animation and still have all your bullets loaded up. You can do that in several ways. In this game, best way to do it is to sprint. And that's what I do in all games as well. I mean, I think sprinting is probably the best way to do it. Other people do the double Y trick, and I'm not so sure whether that works on this game. I think it works on Black Ops now, but I think it didn't work on that game either when that came out. It just saves you a bit of time. It means if someone's coming around the corner shortly after your reload, you can kill them usually, because obviously you can't shoot anyone while you're in your reload animation. You have to cancel that animation before you can start shooting. Here comes another death. This guy is just jumping over the top. Not a lot you can do when you're surprised like that. You've just got to try to lock on. I wasn't quite quick enough that time, so I pick up a death there. Anyway, you can see we're dominating this game, 150. I've also moved up Quick Draw. Quick Draw wasn't in my strike chain or in my opening perks in the last video, where I first talked about this sort of class. I've replaced Sleight of Hand with that. Quick Draw I find very useful on assault rifles. The fast ADS time is useful. It makes you feel a bit more sharp. I really enjoy it. You know, it makes it a little bit more proficient up close as well. If you just want aiming quickly, and especially if you've got Type 95, what you can do is you can pretty much start quick scoping people who rush you with SMGs, just aiming really quickly. Here again, I get quite lucky. Headshot with the last bullet of that clip by the looks of things. Shot in the back. Always a bit of a danger when you're down that side, actually getting shot in the back from the middle. So anyway, I've switched in Quick Draw. I like to have Quick Draw off the start often as well, because that's when you tend to throw your nades and stuff, as I've mentioned before, right off the start of your life when you're trying to gain knowledge about the area you spawn in. But Hardline again is also useful off the start, so it's an incredibly tough decision to make. I went for Hardline in this case, but I'd imagine you could switch around and start off with Quick Draw and then pick up Hardline at 2 kills and still do very well. In fact, I mean, there are multiple good strike chains. The search for the best one is always going to be contentious. As you can see, I've also switched out Marksman for sort of sit rep in my strike chain, and now I have Marksman as my third perk to start off with, and then sit rep pro as my second strike chain perk, and steady aim as the third one. Steady aim I find quite useful. I'm starting to use blast shield a bit more at the moment, and you might see more gameplays with blast shield in the future. Because you'd be surprised how much it helps with the flashes and the stuns as well. And speaking of stuns, look at this cheeky little kill down here. Put 2 people into Final Stand. Well, I think one of them's in Final Stand, the other one's got Dead Man's Nuke, and he dies. And I spray this guy down with my steady aim. ACR becomes very useful from the hip when you've got steady aim. Very, very effective close quarters gun actually. When you've got it going with Specialist, and you've got steady aim, when you've got speed proficiency, when you've got Stalker, the ACR just becomes absolutely deadly up close. It becomes a bit like an SMG. Anyway, that's the end of the game. I believe it was 51-4 I went, so pretty good game. One of my first real good games of Domination as well. But as I say, I haven't played it that much, so hopefully we'll get a few of those in the future. Anyway, thanks for listening everyone, and got a live commentary session to come very shortly, so hopefully you'll all enjoy that, but see you later.